And we welcome you to Lucas Oil Stadium, which opened back in 2008 here in the Circle City of Indianapolis, Indiana. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Control the screen, you cannot, because you're not good at controlling the screen.
Hey, check 24, check 24. Kill.
This is Naeem Hines. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tyrone Crawford in on the tackle. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4. 12. 12.
On 2nd down, here's Locke. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Good for a Colt first down. The former Lion Ebron there bringing it in from Andrew Luck.
To right. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. 3 down. Hey, easy. 3 down. To right. Stay at home.
On 1st and 10, Locke. For his running back, and he's got him complete. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Here we go, get set. Let's go, get out. Here we go, 46. 4 down. 46.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon.
Last stop.
He had a great read there from his free safety position. And, Charles, you know with those guys, it's all about their eyes. They have to be laser focused.
Yeah, I had to fake my way through it when I was playing, but now I can see exactly what they're doing. And on that play, he obviously had no presence to feel like he's being pushed for a pass. And without that, that allowed him to get up to the line of scrimmage and hold him to no gain.
Tight end right. Hey, here we go. 180. 26.
2nd down, Prescott. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. Touchdown, Cowboys. In for the score. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead.
Wide receivers have flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
The scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, He looked like one of those guys.
Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season opener opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a
different story.
long night.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
11Z.
On 1st down, Love. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
I get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball.
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
17, guys. Check him out. He's going to sit right over the middle. Watch the middle.
2nd and 10, Luck again. Escaping the pressure right. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
3 down. Right, 6 to the 2. Color. Check 13. Tempo. 12. We don't like the 48, right? 12.
Throwing on 3rd down, Luck. Oh, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Because all the stuff is okay, and it should stay just from the game. Like something going through it. No.
right.
They're going to go for it here on fourth. Luck in the offense is going to stay out there.
Suck out. Blue 90.
No. Off.
Color.
They snap it to Luck. He connects with Ebron. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure.
Let it roll.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal.
Tight ends on the Ringo.
Suck out. Blue 90.
Hey.
12.
Three down.
11.
They'll try to run Hines. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point attempt to follow here. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. So we're back to a one-point game now as the kickoff comes. This is fielded at the goal line. And they're going to bring him down just past the 15, and a flag down as well. Now, this is going to put them back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Here we go. 180. Here we go. 46. Go. Get out there.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
26.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle.
4 down.
26.
2nd down, Elliott a first down and more. And they will finally get him down to the 27-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run. Big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Double tight. Hey, boys, we got 4 down.
26.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
Here we go. 46. Here we go. 180.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Cooper's getting it. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A first down carry by Elliott. And past the 30 down to about the 27. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Here we go. Wide 8. Winning 6.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. And he'll bang that one through. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. Look, and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A shotgun snap for Lott. Over the middle, complete. It's Doyle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Tight right, tight right.
12.
3 down.
On 1st down, it's Lott.
Here they come.
Oh, now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Baby. It's game, baby. We go pass. Quick.
Here we go. 46. 46.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Flushed out right. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted.
You got him.
Picked off at the 20.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Wide 6 to the 200.
They'll start on the ground with Hines. And an alley to run. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They'll pick up another 1st down with that run.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hole.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
From the gun, here's Lott. He's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. That one good for 12 yards. And it'll make it a 2nd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. Get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Still a couple yards short of the 1st as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Let her off.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move.
12.
4 down.
Wide 674.
Hey.
Tempo.
They'll run him out of the gun. And he'll be brought brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out. And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense, 1st and 10. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this.
Watch left. You ain't got nothing. Mike, 48. Mike. Right, 632. Switch up.
They'll run it now. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center. And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Check, 48.
Out of the gun, Luck. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone. You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful. Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Rolling. Check. Wide, 637. Hold it. Gun. Like 50.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Doyle. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And now the Colts call on their field goal unit here. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll get the lead down to 5. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3. And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh. That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance. Maybe play action? I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Give him 30 yards there. Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurate when he throws a nice pass for a 1st down. To throw is Prescott. Flush to his right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, here I come. Here I come.
Go.
Here we go.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott.
Crash.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Good. Let's go. Let's finish now. Get that quarterback. 26.
And again, it's Prescott. And now another one thrown incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play. The officials are instructed because contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
There we go. Wide 80.
Prescott looks to throw on first. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Let's go. Let's finish now.
Ryan
46,
Kerrigan
46.
able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss.
26.
A second down throw for Prescott. Forced out to his left. And the pressure gets to him again. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
Tight end's right.
Here we go, 46. Hey, here we go. Wide 80. 26.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. He's got it at the 15. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. Now the return. Here comes Randall Cobb. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35, make it the 40-yard line.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get it to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 40.
Hey, here we go. 180.
Mike, 53. 53. Mike.
Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Switch, and hey.
Tight ends on the Ringo.
There we go. 180.
4 down. Alert.
26.
Prescott now on 2nd down. Oh, he's looking long for Witten. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
Check, go back.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Tell the truth, partner. You didn't think he was coming down with that one, did you? Come on, tell me the truth.
No, I didn't. I'll tell you what, though. A one-handed grab of that length. Talk about giving your team a little juice.
Oh, big time. I mean, everyone's going to be excited about it.
And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the 2nd half.
You love Eddie?
They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half.
She went to a meeting.
Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big play right away. Try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
11Z.
Here's Luck now on 2nd down. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. Now it brings up 3rd down.
I think someone's going to get into QB1's ear when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That'd be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better. From the gun on 3rd down, Luck. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got his man Hilton. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a 1st down.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a 1st down pickup.
Let it roll.
We got trips over here. That's overload.
Key right.
Kid 21.
Luck on first down. Over the middle, complete. That's Campbell. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. They give him a gain of 38.
As far as I'm concerned, Andrew Luck can do it all. I mean, he's an underrated runner, toughness in the pocket, strong and stout. But let's face it, the money, that comes from his arm.
And smart, valedictorian of his high school class in Houston. He goes to Stanford. He's got it all. Oh, and now he pulls him over. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes
and he takes it in for a Colts score. Andrew Luck scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer.
Instead of having to play follow the leader there, the leader led.
I like that. And he likes that, doesn't he? First and goal, let me do the job.
Because you know when he falls into the end zone after falling behind those big guys who pushed up front, that's a pretty good celebration, isn't it?
Gives him a little street cred in the locker room, too, doesn't it?
Street cred, and then when they go out to dinner afterwards, he's still picking up the check.
4 down. Check. 11. Color. Hey, easy.
After the run, Luck on a throw. And Luck will be intercepted for a third time. Picked off by Anthony Brown.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Here comes Cobb.
Let's go. Interception, baby. Let's go.
And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards.
Hey, we go wide 80.
Prescott from the gun. Being chased out left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
Jamal Sheard on the stop. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
What's your
I like
toes
all
on?
the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners, keep moving and keep grinding the clock.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and I was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school.
Here we go, 47.
Here
we go.
They go down again. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. Back now here on EA Sports. The Cowboys on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Here we go, wide 80. 26.
Prescott. this is going to be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
Hey, let's get that. Hey, here we go. 180.
And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22.
What are you doing, Landon?
Well, they deemed it 4 down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first.
You need to go pee again?
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay
did?
off on first down. Back to first down. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Here we go, 46. Hey, here we go, 180.
Second down, Prescott.
Pick me up. Here we go.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off inside the 10. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Flushed out right. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that mark or under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range, and guess what? They've got a shot.
Second and 10 now from the 27.
Tight ends on the Lucy. Tight ends on the Lucy. Tight ends on the Lucy.
On second and 10, Locke. Flush to his right. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Give him 30 yards there. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
48.
Alert, alert.
They'll run him in out of the gun. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Hey, easy, gun.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
One day, 53.
Check 50. Check 50.
Hey, easy.
Now Locke. And this is complete right side to Funchess. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Yep.
Wide, 674.
They'll run him now out of the gun. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back.
Run. Last stop.
roll,
A
let it roll.
terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on first and goal.
Reggie.
Hey, we got three. Three down.
12.
Six guy. Check six guy.
To throw is Love. This will be caught at about the 6.
I'm gonna hit you.
And he'll be brought down
day,
this
baby.
time at the 5-yard line. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's second and goal. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
So many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or intercept.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Looking deep and intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 40, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Cooper was the target there. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles?
That's right. He's then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and
Let
Rex
it roll, let it roll,
That's
let it roll.
correct. After the interception, it's Love. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be a second down.
Wide, 6 through 7.
They'll run it out of the gun. And he'll take this one down near the 15.
Hurry!
Sean Lee, the Pro Bowler,
Let's go,
there for the
let's go.
tackle.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game.
Right,
He's definitely one of the
6
better
through 7.
linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the
Right,
stop
6
before it
through
turns
3.
into something big.
Gun.
Now it's Love.
I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear in that offense.
Now he steps away. He may try and run for this. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
11Z.
Hey, watch.
12.
Line 54.
Got to try it here, and he's back to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10.
Let's go.
And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target. And it's second down.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss
Mommy's right
on
here.
one like that very often.
Mommy
I
left.
mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfired.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. Eluding the pressure right. And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back. A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another second and goal.
Let it roll. Gun.
Now it's Love. Escaping the pressure right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal.
11. Tempo.
And that will be incomplete as well.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Double tight. Four down. Alert. 58's the mic. 58's the mic. Hey, defense, let's go.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Hey, we go, kill. Gun. Here we go, 46. 26.
Throwing here, Prescott. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. It's caught inside the 30. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still have...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And another timeout taken by the Colts, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
Here we go. Go to 54. Wide 80. What do you think?
Here's Prescott. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Ryan Kerrigan in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
There we go. 180. 26.
Prescott. Flushed out right. And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Dallas, it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4. And they will head home next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Colts,
You go to work? Yeah?
I got a Hershey Reese. Juicy, boy. We're going to bed a little bit early. We're going to bed early, just a little bit.
Thank you. No. My black flip flops. Okay. I didn't see them. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god. So at Francis wanted to know if we were checking in to the hotel before we went to Great America. Why? Because she wanted to leave another envelope. Remember last time she left the envelope for the kids with money? She wants to leave me $20.
It's my birthday.
No, she's just my mom. No, just so they can spend. She sent them birthday presents.
I know.
It's not. It's
Extra money.
so they can spend. Hello. Hey.
Well, I would like to.
Tomorrow, but why we? There's got to be a pizza place closer than Stevens Creek. Yep. Jesus. Well, to go all the way down to Stevens Creek and then have to go all the way back past your house to Great America. Because Great America's on the other side of 101.
Uncle Bye-bye.
We're going bye-bye tomorrow.
There's no pizza place like on El Camino?
Uncle, I take a nap again.
It's called bedtime.
Round Table or Mountain Mike's?
One at a time.
Do you like mountain mice? I just don't like Domino's or Pizza Hut's okay, but I don't like Domino's. I just to go all the way past, you know what I mean, all the way to yeah.
You like it? No?
Oh, oh, brain freeze. Who's that? Mm. You bring your bike where? Oh, I know. She just left the meeting.
Oh. Me
Jeez.
too.
Yeah.
Go say hi. On the phone. Go say hi.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Houston Texans. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports.
Yeah, we're gonna get it. I think
this is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Well, for the kids, it's $5 more than a ticket. For the kids, it's oh, of course. Yeah, right.
Tight right. 21.
It ain't like you used to.
Set. Waiting. 57.
It ain't like you used to.
And let's pin the mirrors back and
You
go.
can get it still.
On first down, Stafford here. Complete to Dorsett. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, That makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
I think it was more towards if you go down north from your house.
On first and 10, Stafford.
Like
And
where
that
that
is
Starbucks is, down that way,
incomplete.
you know?
Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't
I
care.
don't think you're being
Either
overly
one.
critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Set. 180.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on third and a tough 9.
Monday.
Good morning.
White. Want it. Keep playing hard, fellas. All. You're set. 280.
From the gun, here's Stafford. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now a first down throw. Stafford. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. Touchdown, Detroit. As his guys are in for 6. And the Lions are going to take a first quarter lead.
Yeah.
Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys are coming off back-to-back victories. And you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Watson will bring up the Texans here first and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Hey, down, green, down.
And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're
We
hoping
can't check in till 3.
is big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Tyler Davison.
I wasn't asking you anything.
Able to get him for a loss of about 3.
I was just saying she wants to know if we're going to check in before. I wasn't asking you anything.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal?
That is right.
I told you, I showed you the message so you could read it. I was showing it to you and you weren't looking at it.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
We were sitting right here. I was like this. Look.
That's the down and distance coaches always talk about.
I said, look what Aunt Francie said.
It's 3rd and long, and you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and they ended up coughing it up.
We got 3. Check the backer.
They'll try to run for it on first and goal. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal.
3 down. Hey,
I
check, set, lady.
They'll give it to him in the middle. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Boy, you'd hate to squander this great field position. Here's third and goal.
One more. One more.
Set, lady, block it.
Here's Stafford. And he couldn't hang on. Almost an interception there defensively. Instead, it brings up fourth. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience. It's early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play on it.
By the way, where did the Grasshopper come from? I know it's been around for a long time. But...
yeah, you know, I'll have to tell you that some other time.
All right, back to football. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
Now it's Martin to do the honors after the made field goal. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though? When they only gave up the field goal, and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive, a little more pep in their step because it didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
Coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score.
I think Coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Come back. Bring it.
On second down, here's Watson. Over the middle, that's caught by QT.
Blitz.
It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
You got him.
But if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
4 down.
Now it's Watson, the bootleg. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey.
Down. Green, the line.
A handoff. It's Mark Ingram. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They're trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
2nd down, Ingram. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they decline it as that will bring up fourth.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it fourth down.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 20.